What are literary movements? A literary movement is a group of writers and artists from a certain period of time who share similar ideas, styles, or themes in their works. It reflects the spirit of the age. Social, political, cultural, and philosophical trends influence how literature is created. 5 key concepts that define every movement. First, shared ideology. Writers in a movement have common beliefs. For example, Romantics valued nature and imagination. Second, historical context. Movements often arise as a reaction to an earlier style. Third, common style or technique, similar themes, imagery, language, or structure. Modernism, for example, used fragmented narrative and stream of consciousness. Fourth, time period. Movements are usually linked with a particular historical era, like the Renaissance in the 14th to 17th centuries. Fifth, examples of writers and texts. Each movement is best understood through representative figures, such as Wordsworth for Romanticism or Eliot for Modernism. In short, a literary movement is a group tendency in literature, where writers of a period share common ideas, styles, and themes usually influenced by the society and culture of their time. Important literary movements. Brief notes. Classicism. Definition. A literary movement inspired by the art and culture of ancient Greece and Rome. Description. Emphasized order, balance, reason, clarity, and decorum. Literature focused on universal truths and moral instruction. Examples: Homer, Virgil, Sophocles. In England, Dryden and Pope carried classical ideals. The Renaissance, a cultural and literary rebirth that began in Italy and spread across Europe, celebrated humanism, science, exploration, and the revival of classical learning, emphasized individual potential and worldly beauty. Examples: Shakespeare, Spencer, Marlowe in England, Dante and Petrarch in Italy. The Reformation, a religious movement in the 16th century led by Martin Luther that influenced literature. It brought focus on faith, Bible translation, and moral questioning. Examples include John Milton's Paradise Lost and John Bunyan. Neoclassicism revived classical ideals from the 17th to 18th centuries, valuing reason, order, wit, and satire, opposing emotional excess. Examples: Dryden, Alexander Pope, Samuel Johnson. Metaphysical poets in the 17th century were known for intellectual, philosophical themes and complex imagery. They used conceits and paradox to explore love, death, religion, and the soul. Examples: John Donne, George Herbert, Andrew Marvell. Romanticism, late 18th to early 19th century, reacted against neoclassicism, focusing on emotion, imagination, and nature. It celebrated nature, individuality, childhood, and the common man, valuing spontaneity over rigid rules. Examples include Wordsworth, Coleridge, Byron, and Shelley. Summary: classicism and neoclassicism, order and reason; Renaissance and Reformation, humanism and religion; metaphysical, intellect and conceits; Romanticism, emotion and nature. Each movement reflects its time and shapes literature's evolution. Explore these movements by reading their key texts and writers.